Hello, my name is Kate, and that's my dog Jupiter. We live up on Bainbridge Island, which is right outside of Seattle, Washington. You might wonder why I live up here. It does rain a lot. In fact, it's raining right now, but sometimes we get the sun, and it's a gorgeous place to live. Jupiter and I spend a lot of times out in the woods and on the beaches. Both of my daughters live really nearby in Seattle and just Poulsbo, which is just across the water as well. And my son lives about an hour and a half near the Canadian border. And so it's great to have my kids around. I also have a little preschool that I teach, typically, not right now because of you know what. When it's open, I have my handy assistant and another teacher as well. And I think that having this preschool really informs me as to many of the topics that we'll be talking about in this class. This class, sex role stereotyping in education. First off, you're taking it because it's a writing intensive class. And I know that I have a captive audience and I don't mind at all because the content is so fabulous. So I'm glad you're here and we'll get those 5,000 mandated words written by you uh, done in a variety of ways. Ways that will maybe make it a little easier to pile them up and maybe make it more interesting. So, one question I have is why are purple and pink girls' colors, right? We're going to be looking at that in this class. We're also going to be folding a lot of kind of topical events because it really aligns with what we're doing, some of the subject matter in this class, which is the impact of gender bias on females mostly. So there's a lot of impact. I just pulled this out of the paper today in terms of the COVID crisis and what it's doing specifically for women, long term repercussions for women, the impact childcare, lost wages, lost jobs, the choices that you have to make. So we talk about things like that a lot. And other things that have been going on and are really pivotal right now, right? Lots of different things. And the way that women have impacted those different things. The WNBA teams have been major contributors to social and racial injustice and really have just done so much. It's fabulous. We'll check that out. You need to see it. And when we think about wages in women, occupational differences between what women and especially women of color make, and we look at that. This is the world U.S. soccer team for the World Cup winning it and really advocating for equal wages, which that is a trickle down effect that is picked up by all sorts of sections of our society. Right, really important to be talking about equal pay, which we will. And we do a lot of this the socialization of girls and the impact it has for the rest of their life on their bodies, their earnings, just the trajectory of them. It's just amazing. And we'll look at things like occupations. I don't know really what the Lego with the pearls on what her occupation is, but we'll talk about that a bit more for sure. We focus a lot on education and the impact of bias for girls and women in education. We go all the way to the back of the spectrum, the continuum, all the way up to what's happening now. And we will be looking at a number of issues, including the standard beauty ideals of Western society. Big stuff, big things, objectification of females, women, and girls, and the impact. Like, hey, you'd be prettier if you smiled more. Just give you a compliment. Don't be offended. As a female, you're only here to improve my visual field. When you don't smile, it decreases my enjoyment. So obviously, some sarcasm there, but important issues that impact all sorts of things in terms of safety, um, uh, access, freedom for females based on um, the ways that men and boys have been socialized in our world. Bum deal for them, right? It's a bum deal, and we'll be talking about that as well. Toxic masculinity, just everything, just big stuff in this class. So I'm glad that you're here. You're going to take it. I mean, take my class. It's fabulous. I love it, just to the moon and back. And oh, I think Jupiter's a little tired because we really do deal with a lot of things, joyful things. That's Jupiter in the background, groaning. Joyful things, um, poignant things, scary, terrifying things, but just really big stuff. And I'm glad you're going to be taking my class. So I look forward to working with you soon.